Sidney Powell, who really interesting person. She's a lawyer. She's a badass. She's fighting this thing. And she was on Maria Bartiromo's show yesterday on Fox News to say there is evidence, explosive evidence, that will blow the lid off of this whole entire thing. There's evidence we have that we're bringing to light today that will show you that not only was the election rigged, but that everybody knew it, that the CIA was involved, and it all involves the software. Here she is talking to Maria Bartiromo yesterday. Listen very closely.
It's former Admiral Peter Neffinger, or retired Admiral Peter Neffinger. He is president and on the board of directors of Smartmatic. And it just so happens he's on Mr. Biden's presidential transition team that's going to be non-existent because we're fixing to overturn the results of the election in multiple states.
All right, this guy, Peter Neffinger, he's on the board of directors for this Dominion software, the Smartmatic software, which runs on these Dominion machines. And guess what? He's also on Joe Biden's transition team, which she then points out will be non-existent because they're going to overturn the election in several states. And so Maria Bartiromo says, how are you going to do that? What are you basically alleging? Listen to this.
President Trump won by not just hundreds of thousands of votes, but by millions of votes that were shifted by this software that was designed expressly for that purpose.
Yeah, now listen to this. This is software. And think about software that you use. This is why I don't know why people don't understand this. Think about any software that you use. For example, we use software here to record our voices. And we can not only record our voices, but we can make them sound lower and slower. Or we can make them sound really fast. Or we can like make them go backwards. We can do whatever we want with the click of a mouse. We could take that whole clip if we don't like it, if we're like, my voice sounds stupid, and just delete it, and it's gone. We can do it instantaneously. I'm sure you have software in your business where you do something similar. This is what this software can do in the voting and election business. Listen to this.
Even their own manual explains how votes can be wiped away. They can it's like drag and drop Trump votes to a separate folder and then delete that folder.
You can drag and drop the Trump votes to a specific folder and then just delete the folder. Just drag that into the trash and then empty the trash. And then you probably want to clear your history so nobody sees, that kind of thing. I'm sure there's some kind of cache that needs to be wiped out as well. Or you hit Control Alt Delete, whatever it is. But you can drag and drop because it's software. It's a computer. And we all know that computers can pretty much do anything. Computers do pretty much everything in our day. From our cell phone to our cars to whatever we do, at work. Everything, your watch, it's all computerized. They're doing everything for us now anyway. They're capable of creating any reality that we want. Why wouldn't they be able to drag and drop these votes? And then Maria Bartiromo says, look, but you need to prove this.
They did this on purpose. It was calculated. They've done it before. We have evidence from 2016 in California. We have so much evidence, I feel like it's coming in through a fire hose.
They've done it before. We have evidence of them doing it in California. They've done it before. We have evidence coming in. So much evidence, I feel like it's coming through a fire hose. Just a deluge of evidence that this software and these programs have been used in multiple various elections. Also, she pointed out, not just Democrats, but Republicans. And here's something else they have proof of. Kickbacks. Kickbacks to the people in government who bought these machines for their state elections in the first place.
We are collecting evidence now from various whistleblowers that are aware of substantial sums of money being given to family members of state officials who bought this software. We're talking about $100 million packages for new voting machines suddenly in multiple states, and benefits ranging from financial benefits for family members to sort of what I would call election insurance.
Financial benefits to family members? Wait a minute, that sounds so familiar. Where did I hear that one before? Where did I hear somebody's family members, sons and brothers, benefiting financially for something they did in the government? Where did I hear about that? Was it something Donald Trump did? No, it was Joe and Hunter Biden. It was Joe and Hunter Biden. Family members benefiting financially for decisions made by their parents who held elected office. This is happening now with voting machines, she alleges. She says there's evidence of kickbacks where some governor, some state official, some election person said, look, we'll give you a $100 million contract to do all of our voting. You get to bring in all your voting machines, the software, we'll pay you $100 million. You don't think some of that money is going to find its way back in the coffers? What did she talk about? Election insurance? Is that is that what she said?
To sort of what I would call election insurance.
Election insurance. Okay, you know what? I will give you the contract for the state of Pennsylvania. I'll give you the contract that you run all of our elections. You bring in all your computers in here and your IT guys, and you can run every election from here for the next 30 years. But you have to make sure that I win. You have to make sure. I'll give you $100 million for the contract. It's yours. You have to make sure I win every election I'm in. I mean, does that not sound plausible? Does that not sound feasible? Does that not sound like you're telling me that every single contract in the government, someone's going to say, well, no, I can't. That wouldn't be. I'm going to turn down your $100 million and I'm going to go find a state that's run that's run morally and where there is no kind of election. Give me a break. I mean, this is definitely something that A, happens, and B, needs to be wiped out of existence. And C, the only way to do that is through these lawsuits, through these affidavits, bringing this to light. Because as Joe Biden said, he didn't need your vote. I don't need your votes to get elected. No, of course not. He's been given kickbacks to some company so that he gets all the votes he needs.